In this video, I'm going to break down the most effective way to attract money into your life, period, end of story. This is the most powerful way to do that if you want to make more money, you want more financial freedom, and you want to bring it into your life quicker and faster than you thought before. So, my name is Jake Ducey with jakeducey.com. And if you haven't yet, get my free financial success hypnosis right there down below in the description and pinned to the comments right there down below. It's one thing to watch videos, but it's another thing to start to reprogram your subconscious mind. That's when incredible things start to happen. So it's right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. And let's dive right into this video. So, if you haven't noticed, we've created a culture of total victims. This happened long before the last 18 months, but it's exponentially increased over the last 18 months. Everybody has a reason why they're a victim. And in most cases, it feels right. Because the news tells you it's right, because the major corporations that apparently all of a sudden are on our side tells you you're right. And so the very first thing to start to attract a lot of money in your life is you have to totally renounce victimship entirely. You have to take 100% total responsibility for your financial life. It's not your boss's fault. It's not the government's fault. It's not Jeff Bezos' fault because there's infinite money anyways. It has nothing to do with your gender. It has nothing to do with what school you did or did not go to, the pigmentation of your skin, how old or how young you are. Nothing to do with it whatsoever. And if you can't 100% agree with that, you'll never be in control of your financial life ever. Because if you can't 100% agree with that, what you're saying is, I do not have the power over my financial life. This outside thing that I'm stuck with does. So Jack Canfield breaks it down in his book, The Success Principles. And he says you've either created, promoted, or allowed everything in your life. So you might say, well, I didn't create my financial situation. And I would kind of argue, yeah, you actually did. But if you didn't create it, there's a chance you promoted it, or there's a chance that you allowed it to get to where it is today. You have to realize you are a freaking powerful creator. But you can create an infinite number of circumstances to be a victim to as well, because you're an infinitely powerful creator with free will. And just like getting in shape, have you ever met someone that was incredibly good shape, incredibly fit, and you were like, wow, you're in good shape? And they're like, I'd be in better shape, but my mom, and like, it's just the gym's expensive. It's like $9 a month, man. And like, I don't have any time. No, they never talk like that. Only the people that are out of shape do that. It's the exact same thing with our finances. We have to be able to look in the mirror and say, I have created this, and now I'm gonna change it. That's what it means to move from victim to being a powerful creator. Part number 2 is you have to learn how to say no. See, what really changed my life is when I started to reassess not only my own value, because I was still a little unsure of it, but I started reassessing what I was doing on a daily basis and who I was surrounding myself with. And I started saying no to things. As an author, many people want you to do speaking arrangements. I literally said no to free speaking engagements forever, unless it was something that just really pulled at my heartstrings. What happened? I started attracting an all new type of group of opportunities and individuals. Why? Because I shifted my self-image. I no longer viewed myself as a speaker, as an author that had to do free gigs. And when I started practicing saying no, I shifted. I had an identity shift in my own self-image, and I started viewing myself as someone that was worthy of paid gigs. So guess what? I started attracting different people. Instead of energy vampires, free, 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 I started attracting powerful people that actually wanted to pay me. And in a very quick period of time, I went from saying no to every single free gig to attracting my very first $10,000 speaking gig. And it happened just like that. What shifted? My self-image shifted. And if you say yes to everything you want to say no to, and you do constantly free gigs, and when somebody says, well, how much do you charge? And you go, well, I normally charge $200, but for you it's $50. What are you doing? You're belittling yourself. And on a metaphysical level, what are you doing? You're sending off a signal of scarcity. You're afraid that you're going to lose every client. You're afraid you're going to lose every customer. You're afraid you're going to lose every opportunity, so you take any price anyone will give you no matter what. Then you're resentful, then you're drained, then you don't have the time for the big gigs, and you're not even vibrating on the frequency to attract them back into your experience. But when you learn to say no to things that do not value you, even in the beginning, if it means you have more free time and less work, you're attracting bigger work. You're attracting bigger money. You're attracting more opportunities. Learn to say no, and you're gonna watch your financial life change very quickly. Now, next, you have to decide that you actually want it. I know that sounds like a weird idea, but bear with me here. This is an important one. And this is why success hypnosis is so important. If you haven't got my free success hypnosis, it's right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com right there down below. It's free. You have to start reprogramming the subconscious and change your belief systems about success, money, and prosperity. So it's right there down below. Now, when I say you have to actually desire it, here's what I mean by it. There's a couple ways this manifests. First of all, we don't think we can achieve a lot financially most of the time. So we don't even desire it. It becomes a self-protective mechanism that blocks us from having to deal with the emotions of failure. So we go, yeah, I didn't want it anyways. It's not that important anyways. Money doesn't matter anyways. At least I'm happy. And we rationalize it. What are you really saying? First of all, you're saying I don't believe I can get it. And second of all, you're saying I don't really want it. Anything you don't really want isn't going to be in your life. Have you ever met someone that hates Harley Davidsons, that has a garage full of Harley Davidsons? Unless it's a very poor romantic relationship, your spouse is never going to stay with you if you say things like that about them. You know, my wife's just not that important. Happiness is more important than my wife. Money's not that important. My husband's not that important either. You would never say that. And so what happens is it seems so distant from us that we talk ourselves out of actually wanting it. We talk ourselves out of actually building a burning desire. And unless you have a burning desire, you'll never have the courage to say no. Unless you have a burning desire, you'll never have the courage to get rid of victim consciousness and stop blaming everything. Why? Why would you give up that story that gives you a self-protective mechanism and gives you attention if you don't really believe that you can get money to begin with? You have to actually genuinely want it. And when this happens, you set real goals, not little crappy baby goals. When you really want it, guess what happens? Your life actually shifts. Instead of walking through life thinking you'll never obtain it, your entire consciousness begins to shift. And in order to do that, you have to break through some of the belief systems. What's more important, your arm or your leg? I mean, for me, I'd prefer to have both of them. What's more important, money or happiness? I mean, I prefer to have both of them, to be honest with you. I think that the idea of one or the other was built out of a consciousness of people that never had any. So they used it as a self-protective rationalization mechanism in order to be okay with not having what they really want in life. Build a burning desire. Realize it is your right to be rich. It is okay for you to be rich. And in fact, you're going to make the world a better place if you have it. Why do you think God created an incredible world of abundance? Beautiful mountains where your home could be with a great view. your favorite car. Why do you think God created suffering children? Maybe it's so that you're rich enough to build an epic nonprofit that starts to build a massive new school that changes thousands of kids' lives so they're not stuck in the public education system. But you need money to do it. You think God just created infinite abundance so people go, I don't really want it, you know? At least I'm happy. But you're not happy. That's the problem. You say no to everything you really want to do, and you say, I don't have the money as the excuse. Is that freedom? Is that how God meant us to live? It is right that you have money. It is good that you have money if you earn it honorably. And money is just a reward for service rendered. So take a deep breath. Open your eyes and realize you have a place in this world, that you're good enough, that you're smart enough. And heck, you don't even need to be that smart to have a lot of money. You don't. You just have to believe not only that it's possible, but you have to actually say you want it and not feel bad about it. You know, it's kind of like people stay in the closet financially. They're like, yeah, I don't really want it. But they're like deep down, they're like, man, I wish I had it. Why live like that anymore? So what I want you to do is pull out a pen and pad, and I want you to write your real financial goals on a piece of paper. Write your real financial goals on a piece of paper. When you write your real financial goals on a piece of paper and you get emotionally involved in it, that's what's going to give you the courage to take total responsibility, to drop any limitations, any victimhood. And that's what's going to give you the courage to just say no. So thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, give me a comment right there down below. Let me know what's most important to you. Right there down below is my free success hypnosis, jakeshypnosis.com, to reprogram your subconscious mind. Every day I get these amazing stories of people whose lives change forever by using this. Because 95% of our life is subconscious. We've inherited all these crappy belief systems financially that block us from attracting what we want. So it's right there down below. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's free. Make sure you hit the like button right over there, and right over there, hit the bell notification to send this out into the YouTube universe, and give me a comment down below that says, it is my right to be rich.